Star Wars only, I don't know what the fuck your problem is.
Lucasfilm has just announced at San Diego Comic-Con, they had a publishing panel, that there is going to be a new comic book series, a 4-issue series for Star Wars: The Rise of Kylo Ren. This is what fans have been asking for since The Force Awakens has come out, since we've even heard about the Knights of Ren. This is the story everyone has been asking for, and it's coming from the writer named Charles Soule. He has worked previously on the Darth Vader comics and the new Marvel run of Star Wars and the Poe Dameron series as well. And here's the tweet he put out. He says, "As just announced, I am writing The Rise of Kylo Ren, a limited series comic launching in December, just before Episode 9. You know, the one that everyone's dying to see about Kylo and the Knights of Ren. That's this. You're not ready. Hell, I barely am." And this is the first Star Wars comic I can say I'm genuinely interested in, other than the Snoke one as well. I want to learn more about these characters' backstory. I mean, that's what makes them a little more or less interesting in the sequels is, how did these characters come up after the original trilogy? How did all this happen after the original trilogy? And we still haven't got an answer to that. And for the sequels so far, we've been really interested in the Knights of Ren because they're the villains, Kylo Ren's the leader of them, and we haven't seen anything about them. They've been mentioned a little bit, and that's about it. So it's one of those things, well, it's why mention them and why have them in the movie a little bit if you're not going to use them at all? It just seems kind of pointless. Well, now they're finally using them. They're using them to build a comic book series, a story that comes out before Episode 9, and I think that'll be nice because it'll give you a little bit of a history and more context with Episode 9. It probably will enhance the story just a little bit. The only reason this news disappoints me just a little bit is because, for me, it confirms that I'm not going to see the Knights of Ren get their backstory in Star Wars Episode 9. Star Wars Episode 9 isn't going to focus on telling the story of how the Knights of Ren came to be, how Kylo Ren came to be their master. That's this story right here. That's this one that tells you the backstory. And I'm okay with that, because I think if you're going to try to get a great story in Episode 9, you need to really focus on what you want to say and what you want to tell in that movie. And if the story doesn't really involve this backstory right here, this backstory of the Knights of Ren, then don't waste time on it. Don't waste time in Episode 9 on something we don't need to waste time on. And obviously, they don't think they need to spend much time on this. So I'm happy that we're getting a story, finally, even though it's taken, 4 years since The Force Awakens for us to finally get more backstory on the Knights of Ren. I think this is a good step. I think this is a good comic book to come out with. I think this is something that fans have been asking for a long time now, and I'm interested in it. I mean, the Knights of Ren, it looks interesting. Even the little picture that they put up looks cool because you have characters that you've never seen before, really, and they're all different. They all have their own unique weapon, their own unique style. That makes me intrigued on what the story is behind the Knights of Ren, what the story is behind Kylo Ren becoming their master, and why they look to him. Are they former students of Luke Skywalker at his Jedi Academy, or are they different from that? Have they ever fought a Jedi? I mean, what's the story with these guys? Do they work for Snoke, or specifically only Kylo Ren? What do they think about Kylo Ren killing Snoke? Do they even know about that? There's so many questions that I want to be answered in this, and people have even considered the thought that in Episode 9, Kylo Ren turns on the Knights of Ren. I think Vanity Fair confirmed that in that trailer shot where he's knocking that dude down in the Force, I think we all thought that was a Knights of Ren member, and I thought Vanity Fair confirmed it, but I think they pulled it as well, so there's that speculation going on of, well, now you have this comic book that shows their history. Will Episode 9 show their downfall? And I think that's an interesting thought, and I think this is a good time to release it right before The Rise of Skywalker. I think that'll actually build up the hype, build up the momentum for the movie, and of course, you'll see that in the box office as well, which is exactly what Lucasfilm needs and wants for Episode 9. So will you be buying The Rise of Kylo Ren, the comic book, in December? I know I will. I'll buy all of them and basically review them and put it up here on the channel. I plan on doing that with a few more comic books and books this year. Any other books that you guys want me to do, just let me know. Comic books or books that are coming out, let me know, put a comment below, and I will do that, because there's some new ones coming out as well. We have that Dooku one that I haven't done yet. There's a lot of them, so tell me your thoughts below and tell me which ones you want me to review below. I'm Star Wars only. Hope you guys enjoy this video. I'll see y'all next time, and may the Force be with you always.